How to paint rocks in acrylics? Let's see today. Hi, this is Modula, the artist behind Modula Creations, and in today's painting we are going to see how to paint different types of rocks. For this particular painting, I'm going to keep the sky very subtle. I don't want it to have brighter clouds or anything like that. So I'm using a cerulean blue along with a white to just cover around like 40% of the canvas. I am using a white canvas to paint today. The first thing that we are going to see is the mountains. These are really soft and it is going to be at the background, right? So we'll keep the mountain area little bit soft. I want to use the brown to make it little bit kind of a rocky structure or a rocky terrain at the mountains with some white to show that it has the ice cap over it. The ice caps are not going to be very prominent in this painting. It is also going to be very mildly painted. So as you can see, the colors that I am using now are Pinus Grey, Raw Sienna along with white and Naples Yellow. Naples Yellow I am not going to use much. It's just a touch of it here and there. So the base layer is created with the brown and the black or the Pinus Grey. So if you don't have a Pinus Grey, you can go ahead to use a black. And this layer, I'm just defining the structures for the mountains. I just wanted to know where the caps come, which mountain is going to be higher or lower. Just out of my imagination, I'm just creating these subtle mountains at the background. When you're painting over this to create the next set of layers for the mountains, I'm going to use the same brown as we are going to use in the foreground. So that keeps the painting throughout in a harmonious look. So the same browns and greys will be actually used for the rocks at the foreground as well. So we don't want too much of details at the background rocky mountains, even though they are made of rocks. We wanted it to be very subtle so that the foreground area has a nice prominent look to it. The next thing that we'll add is some kind of trees to just get along with the background and the foreground. We don't want it to be fully of rocks, so I'm just adding a couple of trees in the midground to just match whatever we are painting. For this, I'm just using two greens. It's a sap green along with a girth green. You can use either a green along with a Pinus Grey as well, you will get the same effect. So let's quickly finish off these trees here and come to the foreground area. All these trees are going to be triangle in shape, so just ensure you use a flat brush to do these trees. It's very easy when you are working with a flat brush for these kind of trees. If you are new to acrylics, download my free guide, Better Your Acrylics, from the link book.modulacreations.com, which has top 25 tips to improve your acrylic paintings, and it's completely free. So there we go, we have done with that. Now let's define the area where we really want the other boulders and rocks to be. It's always easy to fill this area and keep, so that you need not worry about your darkest and the middle darkest tones. So just fill it with a dark brown. I'm using a burnt umber for this. I'm filling the entire area where I want my stone structure to have that dark background. The rest of the areas, you can either have it like a water, you can fill it with trees, other kinds of things that you see around in such a scene. So it does not matter. I'm just filling up with a tree because our concentration is going to be on the rocks at the foreground. Once that base is done and you're happy with whatever you have filled, now let's come to the foreground area. In this, the first thing that I'm going to do is fill it with bigger boulders. So there are two types of rocks that I'm going to paint here, the bigger ones and the smaller rocks. As you know, there are actually different types of rocks. Some have layers and are very hard, while others are not layered at all. So there are totally different kinds of rocks. So that is what you need to study when you are trying to paint these kind of structures. Also, the other thing is the colors of these rocks also vary. There are different types of browns, there are different types of grays, reds, black. So there is a whole range of rocks to be painted. So what I'm going to do is at the foreground, at the extreme foreground area, I'm going to keep it as bigger bold rocks, and I'm using the brown, which is the raw sienna, and little bit of sap green to show that there is kind of an algae over the rocks. So this is what I have painted so far. I'm just starting to do the mid-sized rocks. So here I wanted it to have a different kind of a texture. So I'm using a touch of a Naples yellow as well to make it lighter. The point that you should remember is that as soon as you see a group of rocks, they always have some pattern to it. It might be kind of identical shape, or it might be kind of a similar colors to it, or this pattern could have both, right? So you should just study how these patterns vary in these rocks. The thing that you have to vary in each of your rock when you're painting is that you cannot show all these rocks very same to each other. So they have to have some variations either in the color or in the shape or size of each of these rocks. So how do you vary that? Either you use different set of colors for each of that, which means the base colors are going to be the same. See, I'm using a brown and a gray throughout this painting for all the rocks painted here. But then to show the highlight and the difference between the shadows, we are using a little bit of a different set of colors, which is the Naples yellow for the lighter areas, and gray, which is a mixture of a Pinus gray and white for some of the other rocks. So even though we have different colors all throughout the scene, the base set of colors is going to be gray and brown for all these rocks. So in that way, you will be able to show the variations. Same way, some of these rocks, the boulders, I am keeping it very big, and some of them I am keeping it very small. So that is how you make it super random. This alone will make the rocks appear more realistic. For those who are watching me for the first time, I do post video tutorials like this one, product reviews, and much more on my channel every single week. So do subscribe and also click on the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I post a new video. And the next thing that you have to remember is the dark and the light areas for each of these rocks. For the lighter areas, that is what we defined first. For the darker areas, use the Pinus gray or the black directly. See, we already have an underlying layer of dark brown. So this gives you a nice contrast between the lighter and the darker areas. The angle of the rock actually determines where the highlight falls and where there is shadow. So some of the rocks, if it is elevated or in a different angle, that rocks will have more highlight. So here and there you can add additional colors or white or lighter tone to show that it is in a different angle. As the rock recedes further into the painting, just make them little small, and that will do. There are so many types of rocks, and we will not be able to cover all of the details of painting these rocks and these different rock structures, right? But the above whatever I've told you is the fundamental, and this will get you to get started with your rock painting. The another thing to note is painting wet rocks are a little bit different, which I will definitely teach you in a different video. Let's take this off and see how it has come out. If you have any doubts, just let me know in the comment section below and I'll be happy to help you out. Here is the finished piece of work. Hope you enjoyed painting rocks. If you like what you saw and if you got value from this video, do click on the like button and also share it with your friends. Do subscribe and let's stay in touch. I have posted other related videos here. Do check them out too. Have a great day. Happy painting.